Can you break down the process of flipping a couch or piece of furniture as far as where are you buying these? Are you fixing them up quite a bit, the cleaning, the whatever, and then the sales side? What does that process for a single transaction look like?
Yeah, so I mean, there's really only a few variables. What sort of material you're looking at, what sort of condition are you looking at, and what are the margins? And once you really look at couches, because couches specifically are what we do, couches and chairs. Because it just, after trying to flip a handful of different things, there was just so much demand for the couches. But, the margins that we have are pretty strict now that we do such volume. So we can't pick up a couch unless we're going to make about $400 on it. That's considering travel taxes and all of that. And so it's as simple as knowing the product. And, there's a lot of expensive brands. We really only go for the expensive stuff now. We just can't afford to do the lower end because we just have, I want to say we've got 85 unprocessed couches, and so we've got a ton of value sitting there and a ton of value that we're going to be able to put back into the market. But really, our number one is to be able to find a couch we can make $400 on and really not do anything to. If we can, something we specialize in is like refinishing leather on a very mild degree. So we can recolor things to an extent. And so if we can find pretty much any dark brown couch, we can make that look brand new. And so that's an edge that we have that, we're hunting for any torn up leather sectional. And I would say that's probably one of our number one products besides, a gray sectional. It's really fascinating because, look at the Springfield market versus the St. Louis market, completely different. No one's looking for, there's not as many people looking for big sectionals up there. And so like sets do better, luxury, it's been really fascinating to see the differences in the different markets that I wouldn't have expected.
Yeah, that is interesting. Things I wouldn't even think about different pieces of furniture, couches selling better in different locations. For that timeline and process then on flipping something, how long, you said you've got like 85 pieces, give or take now. How long does it take from the moment you find it to the moment it's sold, delivered out? What is that timeline?
Yeah, I would say we'll turn all of our inventory around in roughly 45 days.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a constant process of trying to pick up, 2 to 3 couches a day in each location to also trying to sell 2 or 3 at each location. And so, it seems like the guys run all day long and, we've got trucks and trailers and wouldn't be able to do it without that.
Yeah. Take me into the team a little bit. When did you first bring somebody on to helping you with this? Was it part-time? Was it full-time? And then how did that scale to where it's at? And what was the thought process on bringing these people on at that time?
Yeah, and when I started it, it was just a way to make some extra money. I wasn't intending on dropping out of the program. I wasn't, the program was going well, and I just wasn't crazy about it. And I met one of my great friends at a coffee shop because I was studying a lot for the program, and we got to talking. And he was like, "What do you do?" I was like, "Well, I go to school, but I'm selling these couches." And he was like, one thing led to another, and he actually ended up moving into the duplex that I was keeping a lot of the furniture at. And he was like, "What is all this? Tell me about it." And so we ended up, becoming great friends. And he was like, "I'd love to help you out with this." And so I ended up bringing him on because he was like, I can make, much more money doing this than working at the coffee shop and, learn a little bit about business. And then it got to the point where we were like, whoa, we both hit, 10 grand this month. This is pretty crazy. Like, these are some numbers to think about. And so, because at that point we had, 4 stalls in a garage and 1 storage unit. And so one thing led to another, and I was like, I'm not super crazy about this program. And he was like, this is, pretty much all that I could do right now. He's like, this is going great. And so we ended up staying in the garages for a little bit, and then we really started looking for a warehouse pretty seriously, and we found a really good price on one in Nixa that we're still currently at. It's I think it's like 2,400 square feet, which is a little small for what we need because we still carry a few storage units. We probably have another 800 square feet in storage units for inventory that we have to process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at this point you've got some genuine monthly expenses that are coming out. It's not cheap to rent those spaces out, but obviously, that's just all factored into, your net operating income and, just calculating what that's going to be after the income that you do bring in from the, couch sales and furniture and such. So